Hello again, party people. This is Brad from Not a Clue Podcast, doing another quick little episode here. If you're paying attention to the TV and the NFL right now, the Jaguars just upset the Steelers in a gigantic high-scoring game, 45-42. I'm wrong. I was wrong, completely wrong. About 95% of our Twitter feed was completely wrong. No, I take that back because let me quickly go to that. Because actually, we did a poll yesterday to see who people thought would win, and if I remember correctly, they actually 56%, if I remember right. Let's go back to that. Yeah, 56 out of 25 votes, 56% of the people said the Jags would actually beat the Steelers, and lo and behold, the Jags beat the Steelers, so good on them. But the rest of the world thought that the Steelers were going to just run away with this game for the most part. Oh, by the way, you're listening to Spreaker.com/show/Not-A-Clue-Podcast. But I think that there's a lot of coaching mistakes there, and they're going to have to really examine that during the offseason. So, CD had 28-15, I had 17-14, both with the Steelers winning. We weren't even close. We'll admit we're way off on that. So, sorry, Jaguar fans. So coming up, it's the New Orleans Saints at the Minnesota Vikings. I actually thought this game was going to be the big-ass shootout, but watch this one end up being the defensive struggle where no one really scores. Both CD and I are picking the Vikings, and we ironically both picked 34 points. CD had the Vikings winning 34-31. I have the Vikings winning 34-28. In our daily fantasy pick to click, we have CD has Adam Thielen. I have Alvin Kamara. And we did bold predictions for this game as well. CD says that Case Keenum will have the best day out of any QB so far this postseason, and which I actually could see that technically happening, especially if he has Thielen as his pick to click. So throwing to him 173 times would work, give or take a few. And then my bold prediction is one Saints running back will not get more than 50 total yards from scrimmage. You probably can guess which one I'm thinking will get more than 50, considering Kamara was my pick to click. I think that Ingram will not. I think Ingram will be the one that gets shut down, but they will not be able to shut down both, and I think Kamara will end up being the one with the big game, while Mark Ingram is going to be held to like 48 yards of total offense. Again, thank you everybody for listening and riding along with us for all this time. Again, I'm going to announce that coming up in probably endish of February. I go on vacation for a couple weekends coming up in a couple weeks actually. But after that, we're going to start hunkering down on a gigantic tournament that we are going to have where you guys are in control of a lot of the voting. It's going to be CD, myself, the friend of the show, Brandon, CD's wife, CD's brother, and a couple other people. We are gathering a list of hip-hop rap artists, and we are going to make a March Madness-style tournament out of it. And we are going to have you guys vote, so it's going to be the Facebook vote, the Twitter vote, and then the vote between us who are involved in the making of the tournament. That's how it's going to be determined on who advances in the tournament. So, I think it's going to be really fun. It's already proving to be very difficult to try to get this list going because we're going to be ranking them, and it's very hard to get the ranking going. I mean, we can get a list, but putting them in an order is really the hardest part. And then you might have some snubs here or there, which I think every March Madness, and then also you can look at the college football playoff. There was a lot there too. But anyway, back to what we were saying. For the game that's going to be starting, I think it just started. Vikings are going to beat the Saints, in my opinion, 34-28. CD has it 34-31. Our fantasy pick to clicks. Adam Thielen is the choice for CD. Alvin Kamara is the choice for myself. And our bold prediction, CD picks that Case Keenum will have the best day out of any QB so far this postseason, and I predict that one of the Saints running backs will not get more than 50 total yards from scrimmage. I guess 48 for Mark Ingram, while Kamara will blow up and get a lot more yards. So thank you everybody for listening. Remember, this is Brad from Not a Clue Podcast. Find us here at Spreaker.com/show/Not-A-Clue-Podcast. Please follow along there as well. You'll get updates on when we do any episode, any update videos, any update anything. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. The first word of the channel is Not a Clue, all one word, and the second is podcast. Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/NotACluePodcast. Also, find us on that Twitter thingy at Not a Clue Pod. So thank you on behalf of CD and myself. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the late game. Again, enjoy some brews. I also forgot one thing, so I didn't cut off the show. I forgot to say that through the Twitter vote, the Vikings are winning with only a few minutes left. They're at 53% of the votes, while the Saints have 47%. Now I'm leaving everybody.